westbound road right away. I made my choice. Headed out to my big two-wheeler. I was tired of my own voice. Took a beat on the northern plains and just rolled that power on. It takes a long time to get up to concert pitch. We had like 30 rehearsals. But when you finally get up to it, and then even the first 2 weeks are pretty sloppy. Just little things go wrong, and then when you finally start to hit a groove, which I think we did about a week ago, then it's really fun.
When you're on stage like that, and you're giving out to the audience, and they're giving so much back to you, what does that really feel like to you on stage?
It feels good. It's like you're a conduit, you know. You can give more when they give more, you know. I mean, if they're willing to ride with you, you know, and sing along and stuff like that, it just really propels everybody in the band. Gotta keep rolling, gotta keep riding, keep searching and find what's right. And as the sunset faded, I spoke to the latest first starlight. The next time. What's important is going out on stage, doing your best, knowing you're doing your best, taking it seriously, having a good time at it, but being very proud of what, you know, being able to come off and be proud of what you've done. And the same way with making records, and I think that's why we're still doing it, you know. We don't really need the money anymore. It's what we do, and I think we're pretty proud of it.
Bob Seger has a lot to be proud of. After years of continuous touring, his hard work finally paid off. In 1976, Seger's Live Bullet album received critical acclaim, and now 4 platinum albums later, he's released The Distance, which has already made its mark in the top 10. Seger's first inspiration for the album came from a Woody Allen movie, and when he started to write it, he referred to it as an oral Annie Hall because of its emphasis on relationships.
The Distance Between People was supposed to be an album about relationships, but it didn't end up that way. I wrote about 5 songs that fit the theme, and then the other 4 didn't quite fit it. So it's sort of a halfway concept album. As I kept working on just the relationship thing, it got too serious, so I changed over, did a little bit of topical stuff like making Thunderbirds and Boomtown Blues, just to sort of lighten it up a little bit.
How much of what you write is based on personal experiences?
Not very much, really. Most of it I just get from reading and maybe watching a good movie or, you know, anything, other music. Just get inspired by, hey, that's a good idea for a song, or, you know, maybe I can say it this way, and everything really comes from the title, you know. I start out with every song with a title, and then I sort of go backwards.
Really?
You know, I know where I'm going, so I can back up and get there. That's the way I do it. I'd say about 75% of the time, that's how I write them.
So you can actually vicariously pick up from stories or maybe other friends and things that they're going through.
Yeah.
And really write so deeply.
Yeah, I write a lot of stuff about my friends, too, and their families and my family and experiences of people that are around us, you know. Most of the people I hang out in Michigan. One of my girlfriend's best girlfriend, her husband, you know, washes trucks for Edison. And my girlfriend's sister, her husband works for Cadillac. And my girlfriend's father works for Chrysler, and right on down the line, almost all the people I know are just, you know, workday people. And so I get it firsthand, you know. And some of them have been fortunate, and some of them have been laid off and had real bad times. And it's like, it's right there in front of me.
Making Thunderbird sounds like that's based on a personal experience. Did you spend time on the assembly line?
Very short time. But my father worked on it 19 years. So not really on the line. He was a medic at the Rouge plant in Michigan. But I did spend 3 weeks on line at one point to augment my income when I'd just gotten out of high school. And it was exactly that way, you know, the very hard, tedious work and very few breaks and very loud, you know. Conditions have improved immensely since then. When I worked on the line, I bended a little bit for Making Thunderbirds. When I worked on the line was 63. And of course, I'm talking about 55 when the conditions were even worse. You know, you get like a 5-minute break and 20 minutes for lunch, and you work 12 days, 12 hours a day. Back then, you know, we just make good money.
You had tremendous success in the last few years. Has success changed Bob Seger in any way, and if so, how so?
I don't think so. I think there was a point, there was a time when it did, and I fell into the, conspicuous consumption sort of thing on buying this expensive this and this expensive that, and I've really gotten out of that now. I'm trying to sell it all. It's very hard to sell, too. I don't think so. I think when you're a relatively, I wasn't a poor kid, but when you're, not even middle class. I was about in between poor and middle class, I would say. And you finally make it big, you know, you do tend to want to spend for all those things. But after you've had them, you realize how silly they are, you know?
Is success in any way frightening to you?
No, not anymore. At first, the thing that was frightening was that it would go away because I waited so long for it. But now I'm even prepared. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for it to go away. I can live with that, you know. I just want to keep doing it as long as people want to keep coming and seeing us. You know, I think that really is the only reason we go out, actually, is because my girlfriend brought it up to me way last fall. She said, "You going to tour?" And I said, "Yeah, I tour." I said, "I might not tour as much as I used to." She says, "Well, you got to." And I said, "Why?" She says, "Because they want to see you." So that's all. She says, "Forget the money or forget, you know, what a hassle it is or whatever. I think that people really want to see you. And that's why we do it." And she's right. She's real earthy and real down to earth. And she's not awed by anything or anyone, you know. And I have been, you know, I've met people that are really not, you know, that really put me back. And I've learned a lot from her, you know. She's been my anchor for 12 years.
The kind of relationship Seger is describing is the theme of a song from the distance called Even Now.
The darkness, through all the endless days, all the changes, the pointless one and ways. I can still make it, I can still stand tall. 'Cause I got my girl to get me through it all. All the doubt, all the fear, and all that I can't say. Still somehow, she helped me find my way. Even
When the record books are written, how would you like to see, what would you like to see under Bob Seger's name?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That he did his best. That's all. You know, because I did.